Hey everyone, welcome to the results video of the first part of multiplayer round 30. Now, round 30 is a very special round because unlike other rounds, this is an elimination round. So, as you may be able to see, this map is a grid of 16 plots of 10 by 10 tiles. And here I put some symbols. There's A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So each player with their plot was matched up against one of their neighbors, and the winners of every matchup will win the plot of the opponent, and then they can continue with that plot in the next round. And in between all these rounds, the palette will change every time. As you can see now, the palette here is some kind of blue cyan with purple water, and in the next round it could be completely different. Anyway, for the voting part, every player had to choose from every matchup which player they thought was the better one, and they could also give every plot a rating, but their rating is mostly really there for bragging rights. Anyway, it probably won't make sense to go over every plot sorted on rating, because the matchups are really what decide who continue to the next round here. So I will just go over every matchup, just starting in this corner, and we'll continue like this until we reach the final matchup. And in every matchup I will show you who won, and I will also show the scores. Alright, let's start off with the first matchup. Alright, for the first matchup we have these two plots. This one's made by Spons, and this one's made by Roffel. And both of them made absolutely beautiful plots. Let me use cutaway view just so we can focus on these two plots. Alright, that's better. So yeah, Spons made this beautiful castle. It works really well with the palette. I absolutely love the colors of the castle, and also some really great layering on this castle. Sadly, the coaster that he made here actually crashed, so that actually made his score a little bit lower. Well, actually, I had the rides invisible. This is probably better. I just love all the plants that he put here on this plot, and there's also a river rapids right here, and just many cool towers. We can also look inside the plot with cutaway view, but first I want to show what his opponent made. It's also a really cool looking futuristic plot, also with a river rapids ride on top of it. Just so many tracker texture pieces, lots of layering as well. It's just it just looks so cool. I think it's almost a shame that these two players had to face off against each other. Yeah, Spons actually got a tied second place with his plot, and Roffel got 5th place. So yeah, sad to see him go. But yeah, that's just the nature of an elimination contest. So let's check inside the plot with a cutaway view. Oh yeah, for Roffel there's not much to see, but Spons actually also decorated the inside of his castle, and that's something I just really admire. Really cool. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite plots of this round. Really nice, and well, sad to see Roffel go, but happy to see Spons win, because this is awesome. Alright, then we get to the second matchup. Yeah, this plot was made by Suspect, someone who's still quite new on my Discord. Suspect joined a few rounds. Well, I think this second round he joins, but the creations made by Suspect are awesome. I just love this this tree. It just looks so cool. So this cloud effect is also really cool. I don't think I've ever seen someone use the mint item for this. Oh, there's also gumdrops. It's a really nice combination, and I think it works really well. And well, this plot was made by Jochem. Jochem had great plans, but he actually failed to notice that the round only lasted for 1 week. So when he was about to build, the round was already over. And well, yeah, that's also probably why he got the lowest score in this round, and Suspect got 100% of the votes for this matchup. So yeah, this was not a really exciting matchup, but damn, this plot looks amazing with the tree, and it's really clever how the volcano was used here as a base. I think the one of the things that kept people from rating it any higher was that it's quite glitchy in some parts. But yeah, amazing tree. This was actually the highest ranked plot in the round. So yeah, definitely well deserved. This just looks awesome. Great work. Okay, here we have the next matchup. This was a matchup between Sheeple and Bamovic. Let me enable the cutaway view again. So yeah, here we have a factory, freefall factory made by Bamovic, and here's I think it's a tree house or a mine, or I'm not really sure what it is. But yeah, this vote was actually really close. Sheeple won this one with 11 votes against 10 for Bamovic. Really close matchup. Well, yeah, Sheeple was actually about to drop out, but I asked him to at least put his plot in some sort of finish state, and it paid off because he actually won the round. So I guess that's quite good. So yeah, there's this elevator here at the bottom with a higher section here with a limb-launched roller coaster here in the top of the building. And Bamovic made this this wild mouse coaster, actually with a switchback element. That's quite crazy. And well, yeah, I think what stopped people from rating it any higher was that well, yeah, he didn't use the color palette that was provided at all. He used the black and red colors instead of any blue. So well, yeah, in a different setting this could have probably worked, but in this palette it just didn't work very well. So yeah, Sheeple won this round, so I'm curious to see what he will do with these two plots in the next round. Alright, here we have the next matchup. This one was I Am Bear versus Julia Malt. Let's see if I can enable cutaway view. There we go. So this was actually also not a very exciting matchup in the end, because Julia Malt also won 100% of the votes. I Am Bear made these buildings with a coaster in them and with a spiral slide in the middle. There used to be a merry-go-round, but he actually put the entrance and exit on top of the paths and kept getting lost here. So that was probably not the right choice. Other than that, well, yeah, you can see in this building some of the walls are sticking out a bit. You should always make sure when you make buildings that all the walls are really on the same edge of a tile. For example, you can put a wall in front, or you can put it on the edge of the other tile right next to it. And there's actually a difference between the two. You can see this piece of wall, it's actually sticking out a bit. That means it's not been placed on the same tile. So yeah, you should really avoid that. Other than that, these the roofs also have a different color than the walls, and the walls just look bland. When you make buildings, you should really add windows to it, even if you cannot see through them like these windows on the other plot. You can actually get this kind of window by putting a pirate wall with that window in the back, and then putting a medieval wall with this window in front of it, and they go together really well. But yeah, this plot entirely goes together really well. I love all these. I love this color pattern here on the walls. There's really great layering on this plot. I just love how the roof on this tower here is done. The Ferris wheel looks really good. Just I think what's the greatest about this plot is all the colors. I especially like the colors of these hedges in this palette. I probably would have liked to see some more of this. But yeah, this is easily one of my favorite plots in this round, and it's no miracle it got all the votes for this matchup. Alright, here's the next matchup. This was Lemmy versus Timidator. I actually voted for Lemmy in this matchup, but in the end Timidator got most of the votes. Lemmy made this little garden here with the trees and some buildings. He called it Lemmy's Neon Land. So yeah, the buildings, I think they're quite decent. Probably could have used some work, but yeah, some nice flowers right next to these buildings here. So in the end, I think he did a nice job. He did put down this magic carpet ride while the disable vehicle limits cheat was on, so it actually probably has 31 cars. So that's probably why you don't see it moving, because it's filling up with guests. I don't know if you can see how many guests are in it, but it's probably quite a lot, and it will probably take a while for it to fill up. So yeah, that's something you should be careful with if the disable vehicle limits cheat is on. Now here we have the plot made by Timidator. Well, when you look at it from this side, it's probably a bit bland, but what I really loved about this plot were the custom supports that he made here. I think that was the part of the plot that I liked most. I think this track here works really well as supports for the log flume. And also the colors on this side of the plot work quite well. So with the flying saucer track here, some sculptures, a little waterfall here. Probably could have done that better. So yeah, both of these plots scored average, but Timidator scored a little bit better. So, and in the end, I think he got 75% of the votes for this matchup. So yeah, Timidator will continue to the next round, but definitely a nice attempt from Lemmy. Alright, here we have another matchup that was won 100% by one of the contestants. So here we have the plot made by Hank the Super Nerd, and here's the plot made by Yaron. Well, there's obviously quite a difference in quality. What immediately stands out here actually is that Yaron's buildings are a bit blocky. The buildings look quite square. That's probably not a good choice. While on Hank the Super Nerd's plot, you can see lots of layering for the walls to make them look interesting. Yeah, lots of height differences. That's really nice. Really nice use of the color palette. Some nice contrasting elements here. It does glitch quite a bit here on the especially in the conifer hedges. That's what happens if you put too many walls on the same location using the disable clearance checks cheat. So yes, probably avoid that. Now, there's also river rapids right here on top. So yeah, I think Hank Super Nerd was the clear winner here. I think what Yaron could have done better was just add some more interesting roofs. and also you can see some of the windows here are sticking out. Yeah, you could hide it by putting poles around it or other walls above it. But yeah, it's clear it could have used some more attention to detail. Alright, here we have the next matchup. I already put it in the cutaway view. Here we have the plot made by Mamarias, and this one was made by Deurklink. I think Mamarias got 95% of the votes in this matchup. I think it's quite clear why. He actually put his text here with DKMP in a heart. That's actually the name of my multiplayer server, and also the name of my Discord server. If you want to join, which I really recommend, you can find the link to my Discord server in the description. But yeah, I thought this just looked lovely. So yeah, just really nice foliage here on top, nice and colorful. So some mushrooms there. The station is a bit simple, but I guess it works. A little nice waterfall here. I don't know, maybe he used the tutorial I recently posted. And I also love the custom supports that he made for this coaster over here. The coaster also has a nice layout. While the plot made by Deurklink, just well, it's okay. It's a vertical drop coaster. I'm not sure if it actually goes vertical at any point. There's also a maze in the middle. This matchup would have probably won in this plot would have probably won in several of the other matchups, but here, yeah, it frankly didn't stand a chance compared to this amount of detail. But still, a good effort. Alright, and here we have the final matchup. This matchup was also won 100% by Ayrton, who made this very colorful plot, and he won against this plot, which was a little bit more bland, I guess. It was made by Lucas. But yeah, Lucas probably could have used the palette a little bit better. A few more shades of blue would have probably done this castle a great service. But yeah, right now, of course, this plot just stands out a lot. Of course, these colors go well together. Well, they go together very well, and the layout of this coaster is also pretty cool. So Ferris wheel here, just a really nice building. Also go-kart track here using flying saucer track. Well, I really love everything that's on this plot. So yeah, it's also a coaster here on top of the castle, but of course the layout here is a bit more simple. It's just a vertical drop with a loop and then back to the station. So yeah, it's not a bad plot at all. It's actually quite good, but in this matchup, Ayrton is clearly the better one. But still, this is a great effort. Alright, of these matchups, the winners will continue on to the next round. So, between every matchup, I will remove the paths. So the plots actually become, I think they become 22 by 10 tiles. The palette will also change, and then the players can continue building. They can either bulldoze what's on the other plot, or they can keep the buildings, recolor them, or try to integrate them into their plots. The rounds only last for 1 week, so well, yeah, they'll have to decide what to do quite fast. Alright, I really enjoyed watching the players build everything in this round. I didn't join this round myself, but I think there were some really exciting matchups, and I'm really excited to see the winners go against each other in round 2 of multiplayer round 30. So the round will last 1 week. You will see the next results video in about a week. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you want to join any of these rounds on my server, you can join my Discord server. The link's in the description. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you again in the next one. See you later.